Hello and welcome to Janette's TV. I'm your host, Janette Burke, and we are in-home studio Zoom interviews, the Janette's TV series during this COVID crisis. We do hope that you and yours are doing well today. Now, I have a very special interview coming on. It's all for people who are in the industry, whether you're an actor, a writer, a performer of some kind. We are about to bring on Caterina Campagna, who is the organizer, founder, and creator of Her Vision Film Festival. This is a brand new thing. And welcome to Janette's TV, Caterina.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to be here with you again.
Again, thank you. Thank you for your patience today during my technical issues. So this is Caterina's second time being interviewed by me. The first time that I met Caterina was a few years ago now. I think it's close to around 4 or 5 years ago. And we met at the Toronto International Film Festival. And at the time, I had walked into the producer's lounge where Caterina was at because she had been a producer for her film, Daddy's Little Girl. And there she was with her mom in the lounge, and I walked with my videographer off of some red carpet we had just finished, and I wound up meeting her and interviewing her, which what I wanted at the time was an interview with a female producer, and I actually got it the second I walked in.
I looked around, I almost didn't believe it. I was like, wow, an angel sent from heaven.
Yeah, and at the time I had some issues with TIFF. They were restricting what I could not do, which has since long changed, but still I did it. So
nice.
All part of the growth. And also what has changed since the last time Caterina was on my show is the actual name of the show. So it's Janette's TV now for almost a year, come this September. Prior to that, it was Janette's I'm Every Woman TV. But in any event, today's subject is all about this vision, Her Vision Film Festival, which is very female oriented. And Caterina, why did you want to create this festival now? Like, why now? Why in the midst of COVID, and why online?
Well, you gave me a perfect segue there. Bringing up TIFF, how we met. I just fell in love with the atmosphere of TIFF. You know, this supportive environment for filmmakers, directors, writers, actors, just bringing their vision onto the world stage. And really, there was a talk that was given by Jill Soloway on the female gaze, and everyone erupted at the end of her speech. We all gave her a standing ovation. It was just so powerful and empowering, and just really brings to light that there's not enough female directors out there, female writers, and just giving our slant on the female experience is something that's lacking. And I feel the whole world wants to see, because, you know, all genders, you know, from binary to in between, make up the spectrum of the human experience and our psyche. So, you know, the more the merrier of every type of artist, I believe.
Okay, so, you know, it's funny because in the last 2 years of TIFF, there has been a Share Her Journey movement, and that basically also is dedicated to giving rise to women in film and making sure that they have more space at the table. And of course, you know, we have to bring up the whole Harvey Weinstein thing, because in the last 2 years, you know, as a result of this whole thing with Harvey Weinstein, you know, women are getting more powerful in the industry. But obviously, there's still a lot that can be done. So what do you feel, why do you feel that there isn't enough women representation in the industry all across the board, you know, from in front of the camera to behind the camera? Why Why are those opportunities not there?
Well, that's a great question. And for me personally, I feel, you hear the title director, so you might have a woman who's an actress out there, or a screenwriter who's a female out there. And they say, well, I feel I have this talent. I've cornered this talent. I connect with this talent. But I believe around the title of director, it's a little bit in need of demystifying. I think women can grab more of a leadership perspective on it by saying, it's my idea. I can do it. I can be the one to bring it to life. If you don't want to start out with a big production, one that would take millions of dollars and locations and crews and actors and everything, start out with something small so you can practice. It could be just simply directing two of your friends in a room and just a dialogue driven piece, and you play around with the lighting, and you see what it takes to get good sound, or you invite an audio recorder in on the project, and just take baby steps. If you feel, launching into this, huge, like, oh my God, I got to get 17 investors because my budget is $20 million. Just, it's okay to take small steps towards a big goal, is what I'm trying to say. So I believe we have to demystify the role of a director. Also in terms of female writers, I believe, get your stuff out. Thing. If you have that idea for a script, why not, record a few scenes of it and get it out, feel for it. So I believe, demystifying what it takes. I believe it's Quentin Tarantino who said, like, oh yeah, I'm a great director, but it's because I hire the best people, right? So I think that's huge. I think.
Okay, so you created a festival, and you have different aspects. It's all online, right?
Yes.
How is the festival easing this process? Since you're telling me these are some of the drawbacks, let's say, or reasons why we see an underrepresentation of women in the industry. You've now got this whole online, and let's talk about it a little bit. There's various aspects to your online her vision, and I want to bring that up first, and then how does it address some of these problems? So let's look at the actual festival itself, which is an online festival. So let's make mention of the fact that artists can submit their work there. It's a place,
yes.
It's a platform really to get seen and get known. So that could be whether you're an actress, whether you're a producer, whether you're a screenwriter, tell us the aspects of the industry that you represent on the site, and
sure.
And how to get involved in the festival, how to enter in, or, how can the festival basically support women in their desire to be part of the industry?
Okay, perfect question. So we have a few ways you could submit. If you have a work that you want to submit, that you want to put on the actual platform itself, you can do so for free for the first 200 contestants. If you have a work that you want solely to be judged offline, which is more of a traditional film festival type feel, instead of having people record it online for your project online, you just sign up, you go to the shop, and you select if your film is a short or a feature, and it gives you the instructions there on how to submit your work. We also have a screenwriting contest, and again, for feature length, you submit your piece and you get coverage. Again, go to the shop section and you choose if you have a short or a feature, and you get a page of coverage, and you'll be in the running for the prizes. Now you mentioned actresses and producers. Yes, I encourage female actresses. Let's say you have a monologue that you wrote yourself, or maybe someone's that you kind of tweaked, or somebody gave you a monologue. Here's back to that empowerment. Who's not to say that you're not the best director for that piece? So if you're an actress and you're looking to, build your portfolio in terms of what you could do, your resume in terms of what you could do, put yourself on camera doing a monologue, send it into the festival. You're now in the running as a director of your piece.
Okay, so in addition to that, is there sort of a mentoring too from experts in the industry who can help young actors or young screenwriters or young directors catch a break and actually help them to improve wherever they're lacking?
Well, to improve where they're lacking, if they submit a screenplay, they will get notes on it. So that's a little bit of direction, a little feedback they could get in terms of perfecting their craft as a writer. I believe, and I the way I worded things on the site was very specific to me, very authentic. I believe it's all about empowerment. I don't think anybody could tell you what you are and what you're not. If you wake up tomorrow morning and say you're a director, if you believe that, then that's what you are.
Okay, so let's talk about the site. Also from the fact that you did mention just like a minute ago that you have already on the site submissions, right? So there's like pieces of documentaries or movies or scripts that are viewable on the site. So are you dealing with sort of like two different target markets? The targets of the people you're trying to help to have this festival so they can submit things, and then the people who are watching. So talk to me about who's watching, who's the audience, who's coming here to see these documentaries or movies or whatever you have. I know there's quite a few things listed on the site. I guess you might call them entries or submissions. Yes. Who's watching them and who's judging them?
Well, again, there's two types. The entries or submissions that are posted on the site, anyone can vote. And I find we get a range from student filmmakers to, people staying in because of COVID and, they've watched all of Netflix. So they're looking for new people to get.
So what, America? Are the viewers women, like women in America? What age group?
It's a mix. There's a wide mix. I mean, what I believe this whole experience with the virus has taught us that we really all are one world and we really all are on the same boat.
Okay, so they can come and watch.
Yes.
So it's a twofold benefit, right? You've got the people who want the exposure to get known, who are trying to get out in the business and make a name for themselves. And then you've got all these people who are coming, people as in the North American audience, anybody really in the world who can access your website can also watch, become a viewer of these of your submissions work, so in that regard, right, it's a great platform to gain visibility, right, and awareness of the projects that you're working on, which could eventually ease you into being seen by a potential Hollywood big producer. What I'm trying to say is it could open doors for you. It could lend itself to a bigger opportunity just by being seen on this film festival online, right? I mean,
correct.
When we think about it, right, TIFF or anything like it, we also have it in Canada, in Toronto area, the Vaughan Film Festival. anything like it, any type of festival, any place that you have your work seen is really a starting point, right? And it's a great way to promote yourself, because you never, like my mother would say, you never know who's going to see you. It just takes one. And you know what? It does. Just one producer who, let's face it, Hollywood's also in lockdown right now. Production will start on something soon, but not quite yet. And, we got a lot of stars, we got a lot of writers, we got a lot of producers, a lot of members of ACTRA and the Screenwriters Guild sitting at home doing nothing right now, who may be searching the internet, thinking of new ideas or looking for new people to bring freshness to light, either when production continues during COVID or after, right? You could have a Netflix producer come and check in, or an Amazon, which, as we all know, that's the hottest thing now, streaming, right?
Sure.
I think Netflix and Amazon and Disney are coming out of this COVID farther ahead than before they started. I think movies in general, I mean, it seems like Hollywood is on the lesser side of production, or going straight to Netflix, so everybody seems to watch that way. And you just never know what happens, because, like I said, they could start small and then wind up having the right help, or the right, seen by the right people, and it could lead to bigger things. I would also like to make mention, though, as I noticed on your site, and I would like you to talk about, there's not just sort of the technical side of it, like producing, writing, acting. There's also the legal or entertainment law side of it too, right? So there's the business side. And I think this is very important, because a lot of young actors, producers, writers, directors, they're not very savvy in this area. And so why don't you talk to me about how you can help them there? I know you have a lawyer involved. And is this free? Like, tell us what that can do for them.
Yes, the winners of the category, the feature, the short, or the screenplay contest win a half-hour consultation with an entertainment lawyer. Haley Greenberg of Greenberg and Marola. She's a wonderful entertainment attorney with 20 years of experience. She's based out of Long Island, and she's a wonderful person, and she's such, I love this about her, because I love animals too. She has such a big heart for animal rights, and she's a vegan, and I just think that's so wonderful. And yeah, I mean,
but
so,
she's a certified entertainment lawyer.
And she's been in the business for 20 years. I go to her with my questions. I mean, she's fantastic.
Okay, so the winner of every winner in whatever you've got different categories, obviously, that your submissions are going to win for. So every winner gets a half-hour consult with Haley. And I guess what I want to know is, even if you live in another country, obviously you can still toss your hat into the race, because it's all online.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, yeah, I know different countries will have different, minutia of entertainment law, different levels. But yeah, in general, if you do, even if you live in Japan, she could give you like a general, and maybe, you can then go knock on the door of an entertainment lawyer in Japan, and you'll be armed with a little bit of knowledge, and you could say, hey, does it work like this over here as well? I mean, the more, there's a lot of wisdom in the questions, maybe sometimes more so in the answers in life, I find.
Right. And also, if you're looking to break into the U.S. Entertainment industry, that little bit of advice also could help you broker an American deal, right?
Sure.
I mean, look at Parasite. Which actually won an Oscar last year.
Yeah.
That was a foreign film. It was a low-budget film. Look where it ended up, right? So yeah. I'm saying that this is the type of, open door that you could actually be giving somebody. So it's all good. All right. So now if we want to, if we're in this business and we want to submit, we just what's the process? And I guess, walk us through it, and maybe give us even the website link would be good, because we're obviously
My
going to
pleasure.
share that we're going to share that in the comments below, and it's also going to show up here. But we're going to mention it a few times so that you understand too that this is where you go to view, this is where you go to submit, this is where you go for everything. So tell us a little bit about that, please, Caterina.
Sure. The website is www.hervisionfilmfestival.com. Let's say you just put together a short film. You go into the shop section, and if you don't want it to be seen on site, because if you do want it to be seen on site, it's free, and you just email it to me. And that's Caterina Campagna 26@gmail.com. But if you want it to be judged off-site, let's say, you did a proof of concept to show to investors, so you don't want your work to be seen publicly, or, you're involved with producers that want to, protect the idea of the film. So you want to, again, not have it be seen publicly. You just want it to be judged off-site. You go to the shop section. If you wrote a screenplay, either short or feature length, again, you go to the section and select which one pertains to you. You're allowed to submit multiple projects, because there could be people that, have a short that they do want to be seen and a project that they don't want to be seen. So you're open to multiple submissions.
Yeah.
Yes. Entries.
Okay. And when will the judging take place? When will the announcements be made of who the winners are?
June 26th will be the final day to submit. And the winners will be chosen June 28th, 29th by the latest. Yeah.
Okay. And so tell me again the site link.
www.hervisionfilmfestival.com.
Okay, hervisionfilmfestival.com.
Correct.
All right, we're nearing the end here. I wanted to just give you an opportunity to tell us anything we haven't touched upon that you wanted to say or have known about hervisionfilmfestival.com.
I just want to say thank you to all the people who have participated, to all those who will. We are all a success when we are united. And thank you to you, Janette. Thank you to Tiff for inspiring me. I just had a blast. I look forward to coming to Toronto again. And it's a lovely city filled with lovely artistic people, and it was a wonderful experience for me. So just thank you all. Keep creating. Our art is what people will remember from years to come.
And we need it. We need it. Like, the reason we're all watching Netflix and what have you is because we got to find some way to cope through this crisis. And unfortunately, we don't know how much longer it's going to last. Obviously, there's going to be a second wave at some point. So we really need this. And I think it's a great thing that you're doing. Also, as I said, the platform for exposure is very good. And, you know, we'd love to have you back in Toronto. And I cannot remember the last time I was in New York. And when they open up the borders again, who knows when that might be, but hopefully soon, and they let New Yorkers into Canada and vice versa, Canadians out to New York. I certainly would love to come back to New York. It's been far too long since I've been in New York. But anyway, things to look forward to. So,
yes. Love to have you. And
Campagna for being here. I want to mention the website one more time. Her Vision Film Festival.com. And I want to thank you for taking this time to be with us today as well. I'm Janette Burke, your host, signing off. Please remember to like, comment, and share our episodes and all our posts with the women and the smart men in your life. You will find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Vimeo, YouTube, and like pretty much everywhere else, because we are all over the net. And as they say, Streaming is it, so you can stream us anytime you like. It's all based on when you want to watch us at your own convenience. And that's it. And until next time, continue to be fabulous. Bye for now.